Welcome to Screenplay Writing 101, Lesson 2, Parentheticals. Now in this lesson you're going to be learning how to use parentheticals in your screenplays. What a parenthetical is right here under Morris and Brody, I have here muffled and shaking his head. These can be an attitude, a verbal direction, or an action direction for the actor who's speaking the part. They should be short and to the point and only used when absolutely necessary, as traditionally in screenplay writing now, they're not often used. Sometimes the director who's directing from your screenplay wants to take a little bit of liberty with what's going on, and they get a little muffled with their directions when it's already in the script, and they don't really take kindly about being told how to do their job. So, you only use them when it's absolutely necessary to get across this point. See, now here I have Detective Morris. He's coming in. He looks down at the blood, and he takes out a handkerchief and he puts it over his nose and his mouth. So, his voice would be muffled. There's no getting around that. So, what I have here is Detective Morris muffled. This is the parenthetical right here. The parenthetical is also going to be found up here where you'll find your other formatting. It's going to be the last one. It's not supposed to be completely centered under your character cue. So if you're not centered, it's completely fine. That's the way it is. It's set up, it should be about 3 inches from your left margin. Now, what's important to remember is that it shouldn't be an entire sentence description. It should be 1 word, 2 words, 3 words. It should never be more than about 5 words. You can do this by describing the way he's supposed to sound, like Morris, or something that he's doing while speaking, like Brody, where it says that he's shaking his head. Something that you can do with parentheticals are saying a continuance. Say your character starts speaking, like Brody is speaking here. You need more scene description when Detective Morris comes in, but say, instead of Detective Morris speaking next time, that Brody speaks. So say Brody speaks Morris's line right here. This would be a continuance. So right here, I would change muffled to, like that, continued. And it's always abbreviated like this in all capitals to insinuate that he was speaking before the scene description here, or the action description as some like to call it. But right now we're not going to be using a continuance, so we're going to move this back to muffled. This can also be used as a voiceover. Say, in something like a film noir, which is the most common to have voiceover, your character isn't on screen and he's not really in the scene at all. He's just voicing and narrating what's going on. So, in your parenthetical, you would write something that looks like this. See? Now let's come up here, change it to parentheticals so it's like that, and it would go like this. That's what your voiceover looks like. And this would be under the character's name as well. You can also use it for someone that's speaking that's off screen, meaning someone not in the camera's view. So say the camera is on Detective Morris, but Brody is speaking. So under Brody's name, you can write, which means off screen. This lets the writer, you, and the director know to everybody else that this is exactly what's going to be going on in your scene, and the focus isn't this character. The focus should be on the other character, whether it be for their facial expressions or their action of what's going on. Easy, right? Great. Now, what I would like you guys to do for your assignment is to continue your scene that you've already started in your scene starters and make it at least 2 more pieces of dialogue. This is an entire piece of dialogue. the character cue, and the dialogue. Make 2 more pieces of dialogue and 1 more scene description, whether it be breaking up your dialogue or underneath it or before it. You can take any liberties you'd like with this. 2 more pieces of dialogue, 1 scene description. Make sure that you use at least 1 parenthetical in your scene starter, wherever you'd like and wherever you see it most fit. Happy scripting!